Yes, this is a hardcore grind interview with the dynamic actress, author, writer, Coco Brown. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi. How are you?
Good. It's so good to talk to you again. It's been a couple of years. We had you on Let's Chat Radio twice, so I'm glad to have you on this platform. Yes, ma'am. So, I always like to go with a go moment. And everybody always has many go moments. But that's really when thought and execution comes together. What was that one go moment that really solidified your footsteps into your journey?
Honestly, I guess it had to be two moments. Early on in my career, it was my former boss at Feld Entertainment, which handled Ringling Brothers. I was juggling being a stand-up comic and doing a day job. She came to see me perform, and she turned around about a month later and fired me and said, "I'm going to give you a severance. Now go do what you were meant to do." And so shout out to Suzanne McDermott for that. And then the next go moment had to be years later. I was in L.A. I had gotten worried that maybe this wasn't what I was supposed to do. Went back to school and got my teaching degree, a master's in education, online. And I was applying for jobs when I got the call to be on Tyler Perry's For Better or Worse, which pretty much changed the trajectory of my life and my career.
Mm-hmm.
So those were two go moments that said, okay, this is what you're supposed to do, so go do it.
I love it. Now, your journey has taken you from stand-up to acting. How did your experience in comedy influence your approach in acting?
Well, Coco Brown has always been an alter ego, a personality of mine. It's not completely who I am. It's like me on steroids, possibly, So being able to make myself transform into a character wasn't far-fetched. I had been doing theater since I was 10 years old. I started in musical theater at 10, and then just kind of did it as a hobby and just, something that I love to do all the way through college where I minored in drama. So going straight into acting was not a far-fetched thing for me. It was actually a pretty easy transition for me.
I love it. Now, in your career, you've worked on major productions, as you've mentioned, like For Better or For Worse. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've seen Miss Coco Brown go on different levels as an actress. How has working with big directors and actors shaped your craft?
It's been a master class. It's like on-the-job training. From the beginning, I came in kind of knowing protocol in terms of doing, theater and stuff like that and how to conduct myself and work with different directors and things like that. But I've learned something, significant from each and every director I've worked with, each and every, very well-known actor, even some that are not well-known. There's always something to learn. And so I've always just kind of been a sponge when I'm on these sets and when I'm on comedy tours to learn from those who are doing what I'm doing, and especially ones who've been doing it longer than me.
I love it. Now, as both a writer and an actor, do you find that writing helps you understand the characters differently when you are acting?
Absolutely. For every character that I play, I write a short biography so I know who this person is. So I'm not kind of like winging it as I go. I kind of come in with this own idea in my head who this person is. Like something as basic as, what makes them laugh, what makes them cry, what's their favorite food, what's their favorite color. I do this, something I've been doing since, I was taught that by my acting coach many, many years ago, to, make this person real and tangible and relatable, and then go out and be that person, not try to act like that person.
I love it. Now, what inspired you to start writing? And how did you find... Go ahead.
I wrote my first play when I was in the 7th grade.
What?
So I've been writing for a pretty long time. Writing for me, whether it's journals, scripts, books, short stories, poems, it's always been very cathartic for me, something that I do just to kind of escape sometimes. I keep various journals. I'm the person that you come in my house, there's a journal somewhere. You may go in the bathroom, it's a journal. You may go in my kitchen, it's a journal, because if I get inspired to write, I just do it.
I love it. And what challenges do you face when balancing writing and acting? Like, do you find one or more creatively fulfilling, or do you ever pick up a script and say, this right here is not right?
Of course, I've picked up a script or two, and I'm like, especially if it's a comedy script, because comedy is what I do, and it's a part of who I am. I can look at something and go, wow, this could be so much funnier maybe if this was done or this was said. Now, most writers, when you're reading their scripts and their work, they're very territorial over their words. But I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of writers and directors that will let me play and explore those options and not just stick to the script.
I love it. Now, what happens in those moments when you experience writer's block? How do you overcome that?
I go do something else. When I get writer's block, I don't sit there and try to torture myself. I go do something else. And usually through me doing something else, whether it could be something as simple as just going up to the store and walking around, or just getting in my car, driving, going to the gym, watching a movie, a TV show, eventually I'll get re-inspired and I'll get a eureka moment and I'll go back to what I was doing. I think my biggest challenge with writing is time. With everything going on, I've been going back to back with projects lately, so it's time, because when I do get free time, I'm mama.
Absolutely. Now, a Black woman that can write is powerful. What does that power mean to you?
Well, it's definitely telling our stories, and telling it from our voices and not someone's interpretation of what they think a Black woman's voice is. We've seen that 1,000 times in TV shows and movies, and, even just how they try to characterize the woman that's running for president right now. People always have their interpretations of a Black woman, but honey, only a Black woman can tell a Black woman's story.
Talk about it. Now, you've become a role model for so many aspiring actors and comedians. Who were some of your role models growing up, and how did they inspire you?
Of course, my mother, my Aunt Edith, my Aunt Dot, my 5th grade teacher, Miss Marshall, who put me in my first play because she saw something in me. I grew up, no lie, kind of idolizing a little bit Claire Huxtable, even though she wasn't real, but she was something I wanted to be. I aspired to be. She was, to me, something, that I thought, wow, I want to be Claire Huxtable. I actually put that in my high school yearbook when they said, where would you be in 5 years? And I said, being Claire Huxtable. So, yeah, that was me.
Now, if you could give one piece of advice to aspiring actors, comedians, even writers, especially for those unrepresented backgrounds, what would it be?
There is a place for your voice everywhere, whether it's TV, film, web series, books, scripts, social media, anywhere. Don't think your voice is unnecessary or shouldn't be heard. And the best thing I can do is the good old Michael Jordan, theory. Just do it. Just do it. And you got to take the equation out of it's going to blow me up, it's going to make me rich, I'm going to get discovered. It has to come from a place that truly is a part of you, and you have to do that.
I love it. Now, you have 3 projects that are rocking it. Tell us a little bit about Twisted Hearts. How did that project come about?
So Twisted Hearts, and I'm actually in Detroit as we speak, getting ready for the one of the premieres. We're doing screenings and premieres in various cities, and we're in Detroit tonight. This is a situation, this movie is amazing. If you come from the era of I come from, where we had movies at one point that really resonated with us as Black people, and it wasn't a slave movie, it wasn't a hood movie, it was truly a rom-com, but it actually dealt with what we deal with, and it really hit home. Twisted Hearts is literally about these 4 couples who come to a relationship retreat with a very unconventional relationship therapist, which I play, and they want to see if their relationships are worth fighting for. And I put them in a very precarious situation to discover if they really love each other or if this is not what they want to do. And it's got a lot of stuff that's going to make you think, a lot of stuff that's going to make you laugh. When we did the premiere in Atlanta, we heard so many aha moments because people could relate to what they were seeing because it happened to them. It's funny, it's thought-provoking, it's serious. It's just one of those movies you'll be for a long time to come. I like to say, if you like the movie The Best Man, you're going to love Twisted Hearts.
I love that. Now you have Barely Alive, which is tearing up Lifetime right now. Tell us how that project came about. You are playing with some dynamic actors and actresses in this particular production. Tell us a little bit.
Yes, that movie is on Lifetime right now called Buried Alive. I'm super excited about that. It stars Eva Marcel and Tyler Play. And it's, one of their ripped from the headline stories that they've been doing where these are actual things that have happened and they now have made a movie about it. This is about Eva's character, being on the run and hiding out from her very demented ex-husband. He finds her and he buries her alive and how she comes out of that to save herself and her son. And I play one of her co-workers, but also dear friend in the movie. And, there's a couple of moments in the movie where, I'm really just talking to her about it's time to let the past go and get back out there. But because I don't know the dynamics of that, I have to find out, in the end that, oh, my God, you're hiding out for a reason. And I help her, get away. But it's an awesome movie, and if this actually happened, and if you've read the headlines and seen it in the news, you would know this is kind of loosely based on a true story.
Oh, I love it. And it is that holiday time for some fabulous holiday movies. And you are going to be in a very merry beauty salon. Tell us about that production.
This is a wonderful production. We just wrapped last week. It stars Tia Mowry from Sister Sister. It stars Ron Rico Lee that was on Sister Sister back in the day. So it was literally like a reunion for them. It stars Donna Briscoe. Ashley Ashland, Erickson Foster. I could just go down the list. An amazing cast. It was such a fun movie to make, I like that coming off of a dark Lifetime movie, I got to do one that was very lighthearted and fun. This comes out, I do believe, the first week of December, and people are going to love it, especially those who grew up watching Sister is Sister. They're going to feel like, Tia and Tyreek are having a reunion. They're finally getting together. After all these years, they're playing different characters.
Right. Now, listen, because you stay moving. You stay moving in your vision. You stay moving in your journey. How do you stay grounded and maintain balance in such a fast-paced industry?
Well, to be honest with you, I stay humble because I know at any given moment it could all be taken from me. Tomorrow's not promised, and God does not like a ungrateful blessing. So I try to always remain humble and appreciate the blessings because I know This is a very fickle business. 1 minute you're hot and 1 minute you're not. It takes the slightest thing to have you, completely obsolete, like you were never there. So, you tread lightly, and I do that through my humility and just being appreciative of every opportunity I'm given. And I also feel like, God has just kept me at bay. That's why I named my last 1-hour comedy special Famous Enough. I used to think I was missing out on stuff, but I realized there's just certain things God ain't going to let me get involved in, and that's his protection. So I don't trip anymore if I miss out on something, because it just wasn't meant for me anyway.
What's next for Coco Brown?
So I'm actually headed to Miami to shoot a music video, which is hilarious. I haven't shot one of those since I did Rope Shaker. Woo, yeah, won't be doing that in the video. I'm actually the singer's mom. And then after that, I'm going to be promoting another movie out there that I actually helped produce, called The Untold Secrets of a Plus-Size Diva. I'm actually in that movie as well, and I'm playing a character that people are not going to expect out of Coco Brown. I'm playing a very insecure, battered wife, and people are going to be pretty shocked because they've never seen me in a role before.
I love it. I love it. We so appreciate you coming on, spending your time, space, and energy with us here at Hardcore Grind. We appreciate you, and we will talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you so much, darling. Make sure y'all follow me now. Coco Brown, COCOA. Please don't forget that A.